Hello, welcome to my channel, and Happy New Year, everybody. So to start the new year off right, I thought I would do my own planner. And the way I started it was I just typed in free printable planner pages in a site called Free Printables, with bowls spelled Bulls, and they have everything. They have monthly pages, weekly pages, they have daily pages, they have bill organizers, they have a notes page, they have a to-do list, they have a shopping list, all kinds of stuff. You can print what you want. And that was the thing. That's why I decided this year I wanted to try to make my own planner. So I printed the monthly, the weekly, and the bills, and I printed one daily, and I figured I would try it, but I'm not really a daily planner kind of person. But it might be good to have some in the organizers for the days that I do need to do that. If I have a lot going on a certain day or something, maybe I will use the daily, but I really don't use daily. So I printed it out, and I started to do, and I was just going to show you the monthly, and then I thought, well, let me show them how I'm doing it. So I took and I'm using these Spectrum Noir art liners, and I have the 0.8, 0.5, and 0.05. And I used the biggest one, which is the 0.8. And I wrote the month in and the days of the week. And I abbreviated because when I started out, I wrote it all out and it's just too long, and I don't want them smushed together. So I abbreviated the days of the week. And I used the calendar on my phone, and I don't have that since I'm videoing from my phone. So I have it written down. January 1st is today, and I'm going to go down a size on my art liner right now. So I'm going to go to the 0.5, and I'm going to write in the days, well, the first day of the month. So today would be the 1st. And then I'm doing every Sunday to the last Sunday. So then it goes the 8th. I got a little cheat sheet on the side. The 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th. And then there's 31 days. So I went in ahead and did the last days of the month to where it ends. That way I don't accidentally keep going or whatever. And now all I got to do is fill these days in. And then 8. And 15. And I'm just going to fill in all the days. And there we go. Now all my days are in. And so then I have February and March. And I just kept checking back with my phone and making sure I had it right. And I did screw one up. I screwed up June. Then I took my very, very skinny one, my 0.05, and I went back through and I wrote down holidays. So, like here, New Year's Day. And I'll do that. There's a birthday coming this month. I'll write in, stuff like that. Okay. So when I did all of that, then I went to the weekly planner. And I started with February since that was the monthly one I had done. And I just put, now here's where this gets a little bit tricky, because the weekly planner does not run like the monthly planner. So the monthly planner is Sunday through Saturday, but the weekly planner goes Monday through Sunday. So I just went ahead and put the numbers above. That way it's easier for me. So I'll show you. I'll do a little bit here. A couple of weeks maybe. So this is going to be the week of, I want the bigger one. This is the 0.5. I want the week of January 2nd through Sunday the 8th. And then I just wrote the numbers on here. So that I know which dates. And, excuse me, I can put this in if I want to. Right now I want to get the numbers in, right? 7 and 8. So then what I did, and this was, I got lucky. I wanted my weekly planner to be double-sided. So I don't have a double-sided printer. So I took my sheets and printed them on one side and then ran them back through the other side. And you have to be careful when you're doing that. I got lucky and got it right the first time, and this is a kind of new printer. And I'd never done this before on that printer, so I wasn't real sure how the paper was going to come out. But they come out this way out of the printer. They come out with this on the top. So the first one I put through, for some reason, I didn't put it through right, and I had it upside down. So it was all right side. It printed on the right side, but the weekly planner was up here. It just isn't going to work. So I had to take the whole thing, turn it around. And so where this comes out is where it's going to come out on the other side also. So I got lucky and it worked that way. So this is the 2nd through the 8th. So now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put January. I did write the months out here because I had plenty of room. And I do like to do as complete a writing as I can. That's just something about me. I just don't really care to do abbreviations. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but just that's just how I am. So even doing these numbers, it irritates me, but that's the way it is. So, and then this pile, I just put straight this way, so that works. Oh was going to tell you something else, and now I can't remember what it was. Shoot. January. Oh, on the, it's going to be the 16th through the 22nd. On that website, you can do full page, a medium page, and a small page. I did full page. I want this large. This is going to be sitting here with me, and I want to have plenty of room to write, put what I want to put, and make my notes and stuff. So I did full page, but depending on how big you want yours, '21 and '22. Flip it over. Because I just did 22, I know that I need to do 23. January. '23 through the 29th. So 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. And then flip this over. Nope, this was already done. So this is going to be January 30 through the 31st. Believe me, I have this here, but I can guarantee you that as I'm flipping through, I'm going to end up taking this page out and replacing it. I do that. I think, oh, it's not that big a deal. It's just for me, but it's going to drive me crazy. So I'm going to go 30 and 31. Now, I'm not going with the rest of the month on this weekly planner at all. Not even on the other side. The reason being, in my planner, my next month will be the next page. So this is not gonna be continual that way. So then I would just now start with February and do all of February. And if you want to, it's up to you. I'm probably going to come back later and I'll take my real skinny marker and I'll write the holidays in that I have on the calendar. So I don't have a first or a first for here because that's today, and why do that? So I'm not going to write nothing for January, but for February on the 14th, when I come and I'm making the 14th here, if this was February, I would put in Valentine's Day in my skinniest pen. So that's, I showed you how I did the monthly. I showed you how I did the weekly. And then, of course, the daily, I'm just going to kind of keep. And I only ran one, but I will run more of these just so that I have them for if I want them. Okay. And then I have bill organizers. Just for me, it helps me. I usually just write it in a notebook. But I like being able to keep track when I paid, what I paid, how much I paid, how much I was supposed to pay. I usually pay, a little bit over that was just kind of something my sister taught me. So now we've got to get these in order, right? So I'm going to take my weeklies that I have done. March. Did I not do February? February. Through, let's see, February, March. I think that's as far as I got so far. Yeah. So that's going to be in the thing. And then these should all be empty. These are going to be blank. But I will fill them out later. So the way I'm going to put them in order, what did I just do? I stuck them at the bottom, didn't I? Yep. Stuck them at the bottom of my pile. So I don't have a first, so that's going to be my first page. So I'm going to take my January, and then I'm going to add my weekly planner pages in after that. That seems like an awful lot. In January, it is. It's too many. Okay. Those were just extras. So I take my January, and then I got my February monthly. And I'm going to take my February weekly planner one. And those will go next. Then I'll take my March month and I'll put my March weekly planners in. You can see on this one I didn't even finish writing the dates, but it's there. So March. Now, I have to make the decision, do I want it for 2 days or not? Do I want to just start here? Because that's how many weekly planners I need to put in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 weekly planners will need to go in after April. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then May, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna count out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now really, I'm not putting them together right now. So what I'm really gonna do is write the dates in before I do anything with this. But I'm showing you how I would do it if I needed to do it right now. But I don't have my binding right now. So, I'm just giving you examples. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 again. So, oh, see, and I'm messing up royally because I've got it double-sided. I don't need that many pages. May. So I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 pages, right? So May, I said, one, two, three, four, five. So that's 3. I guess it's going to end up having to be 3. And then June, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to need to print out a lot more of these, I believe. And then July is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. So 3, 1, 2, 3. Which actually that means I might as well use that little bit, right? Because I'm going to have the extra because I need it. And then August, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we go, 3 again. 1, 2, 3. I guess I should have just planned for 3 each month, and that would have covered me well. September. I'll just do that. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to be a little short. 3. I know there's going to be some I only need 2. Anyways, so you get the idea of what I'm doing. And then I will get the dates in, and any ones that I don't need, I can pull out and put behind. Now, what I need to do, and this is what you need to remember. What do you really want in your planner? What do you think you want, but you're not sure? All of that. Then, like I did with the daily planner. I don't know. I might want some, but I'm not going to want a bunch of daily planners in there. First of all, I don't want to print that many out. And second of all, it's just not something I don't plan my day to the hour. So, on the ones I bought, and it seems like you get the daily and it's just wasted space. And that's usually where I just make notes or whatever, but it's just wasted space. So I thought, why use the printer ink and everything for the daily? But I'll print a few more of these and keep them in a pocket is what I plan on doing. I plan on making pockets. I'm making my own cover, and I'm going to use 12 by 12 paper. So, because I want mine bigger, that's why I'm using the 12 by 12. And you can see that's going to be, well, let me show you this way, because you can't see with the camera up there, can you? It's going to give me enough overhang. This is probably going to be like this, because I am not going to put a binder on it. I'm just going to do a cover. So, I'll do a cover, and I need to figure out how much bigger I want. And I'm going to try to make it so the paper is 11 by, I guess it should be 8.5, but there we go. Now it is by 8.5. So I'm going to have it 12 by 9.5. Does that make sense? So I'm going to use my paper cutter. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep shaking that. So 9.5 is gonna bring it to there. And I want to make sure these are perfectly lined up. And I'm gonna bring it to the 9.5 mark. And I'm gonna make sure it's straight. Okay, now is a good time to put the magnet on there, right? So that it doesn't slip. Okay. I put washi tape along the borders, hoping it helps me keep it because I got a new chair, which I love. It works great. But I cannot see the camera at all, unless I stand up to look. So now these are gonna fit with some overhang. What I'm thinking is I might actually need to cut a little bit, like 1/2 inch off of here. We'll look at that later after it gets all bound and everything. Now the reason I'm not putting a binder on it is I don't know how thick this is gonna get. So that's why. But what I'm gonna do now is I've got my hole punch and I'm gonna use, oh, it goes the other way actually. Oh, it's messy dirty, messy dirty. But I want you to, I'm gonna take not too many, maybe 4 pieces of paper. It goes in. I am going to line it up. Does this need to be up? It's been so long since I've used this. I don't even remember now. Oh, boy, it's disgusting dirty. I'm not gonna try to clean that. That's bad. I need to get some water on here. I should be pausing you probably, but shows you how often I use my hole punch, right? Here I'm dusting it off, and the dust is just moving. It's not leaving. Yeah, should work better. Because I had dusted it off before I even started this video, and I guess all the dust did was move. I don't want the paper getting dirty either, so I better dust it. Okay, let's try it now. But it feels like it's locked in. There we go. There we go. So I could probably do more, but I'm going to stick with 3. This has a thing that you line it up with. So as long as I line it up every time, right? What's going to be bad is the cover, because the cover is not going to line up the same. But I'm going to go ahead and just do them all. Make sure, flip them upside down. That way you know you're coming to the next one. What I might do is 1 month at a time. So this month is 4. For February, it shouldn't be. One, two, 3. It did take 4. Well, I'll know anyways. But then I'll stick this in, line it up. Very careful to line it up. I want mine nice and neat, so I'll always make sure it reaches here. Okay. And I'll keep doing that. But here's the thing. These are my cover sheets. And if I do it by lining it up here, let me just show you with one of the scraps. If I do this by lining it up with this, and then I've got then my holes are not going to be, see what's going to happen? This will line up instead of being an overhang. So I don't know if this moves. It does not look like it does. It's not movable. You can tell by looking. This does not move. So what I'm probably going to have to do is find a single hole punch and bring this over, line it up, how I want it, and then punch it with a single hole punch. So then it will go this way and be like this. And then I'll have my hole punches. Now, my thought is to find the rings and use those rings. I do not have any, and I'm going to have to find some. So I'm going to have the rings, and it's going to be like very loose. I like that. And I'll tell you why. It's kind of hard, but I still got to get them. But when you flip over with those, you're going to have the rings in the way. But you're going to be able to lay it flat to write on and stuff. And that's what I want. I don't have the spiral and all that other stuff. And, you know, I don't have any real binding. And this is a trial. The reason I decided to try to make my own is I always buy these planners and they're never exactly what I want. And that gets to be a little discouraging because it feels like you're either wasting paper or it's not enough. It's not all there that you want, you know, that kind of stuff. So for me, I just thought, you know what? I think this year I'm going to try to make my own. And this is going to be big. It's going to be very large. It's not going to be one I'm taking out of the house. I don't need one that I take out of the house when I go somewhere. I know where I'm going and why. And I'm not working outside of the home, so I don't need one that I can take. I need one I can look at here and say, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what I did. And all of that. I do want to add pockets. I'm not going to put any pockets on this side. And I'm going to put a pocket on this side. Why do I want a pocket? Daily planner pages. I want a pocket for that. Maybe extra pieces of paper, stuff like that. Another thing I'm gonna do is put dividers. So after January, right here, I'm gonna have a divider. And I can put pockets in these dividers if I want, but I gotta remember that I'm gonna be writing on that in January, right? So I may add some pockets, but still not really use them too much, or try to keep them somewhat flat. What may be better is to put, like, say, January stuff in here, February stuff in the one that's going to be over here, and then March behind February, and keep everything to that side. Another thing we can do is decorate this however we want. So for January, I don't know of any real big holidays. There is a birthday coming. I can take and put a big birthday cake sticker or something here, so it brings to my attention somebody's having a birthday that month. February, I could put a big Valentine, a big heart up here or something, or right here. I can come in, I can make all Sundays and Saturdays numbers a different color. I can write the holidays a different color. All of that. And all of that I'll plan on doing. So, and so like with the Sundays and the Saturdays, I'm gonna do that just so it's easier to come in and focus where I am. But of course I'll be writing over. Let me see if I can show you. Let me grab a marker. I just do the orange. At least for January. I can change it every month if I want to. If I'm bored with orange, come February, I can change it. No, I'm not going to write on it with a page underneath because the marker goes through and then it's stained, right? I use this as my blotter. And I could come and highlight all of this. And 28. Okay, let me bring this in a little bit better for you to see. So there. So now when I look at this month, I can clearly see Sunday, Saturday, and these are the days of the week, and it's not gonna throw me. I'm not. How can I put it? I'm not gonna be looking for which day is that. So it's just much easier. Wednesdays are here. Where on March, they're all the same. It just maybe doesn't make a difference, but to me, for a quick at a glance, it will make things easier. Okay, so I'm gonna get the rest of these dated and hole punched, and then I will come back and work on the rest in the next video. And probably we're looking at tomorrow, because I've got to go out and find these binder rings. So thank you for joining me, everybody. Have a blessed New Year's, and I hope everybody's 2023 is the most blessed ever. If you like my channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again. Bye-bye now.